I'm Samantha Mckelvie for It's Relevant News, and we're here in the office of Jerry Springer to do some catching up. So thanks for having us here.
Welcome, and thanks for having me.
Right. And so you didn't go out and tape yet, but you'll be going out around noon. Can you tell us what the topic is?
No. Well, the reason I can't is because I'm never allowed to know.
Oh, okay.
So the whole drill of the show is that I go out there and they give me this card, which you see me carrying.
Okay.
But all the card has on it are the names of the guests. And I'm supposed to ask questions that you would ask sitting at home watching and then make jokes. But I'm never allowed to know the subject matter ahead of time because that would make it too staged.
Oh, all right.
So, yeah, I never know what, if I knew what the show was about, I wouldn't come in.
So it's a surprise for you just as much as it is for
and
everyone
it makes
else.
it more fun, frankly.
Yeah,
I mean, that's, so it's that's why I do the show. It's at this point in my life, I'm not looking for a career, so at this point in my life, I do the show just because it's fun to do.
The show has been on for 24 seasons, right?
Yes.
And the show used to tape in Chicago, and you guys have been in Stamford for, you said, 6 seasons, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, there was concern that you'd maybe have trouble filling your audience because of location and size of Stamford. Has that been an issue for you at all?
Not at all. To be honest, when the company when NBC Universal first said they were moving the show to Connecticut, I kind of fought against it because we had been for 18, 19 years in Chicago, and that's obviously a great, great city, and we were doing well there, so why would we want to move? Plus, there were a whole bunch of people that had jobs there, and I was concerned that they wouldn't be able to make the move and therefore lose their job. So that became, but it turned out I was wrong because when the show moved to Connecticut, it suddenly had a new life. And this is, it's so great because we're around so many colleges, all the way from, Massachusetts to Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, all the college kids. This is the show to come to. It's, our show is basically aimed at college-age kids. So this turns out to be a great area. When you're in Stamford, you're not just in Stamford. You've got, as I said, this whole multi-state area, this whole part of the country, which is just, the diversity of the population. It's just all here. And I love when I look out in the audience, you see it all. It's the United Nations, and I think that's great.
Are there a lot of local people that come attend the show?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. And, and because this is, first of all, it's done at a great theater here, which turned into a television studio, and this is a great community, and it's this is one of the most prominent entertainment venues in the city. So. This is one of the things you're going to do. And even though people won't admit that they watch the show, it's a fun thing to come and see, and then, that'll be your guilty pleasure that you were once at the Jerry Springer Show, I guess.
Where do most of your guests come from?
Everywhere.
Everywhere?
Yeah, everyone always thinks they come from someplace else.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to admit that they're from their town.
Yeah.
But the truth is, people in the North all think they come from the South, and people in the South all think they come from the big cities up north. So they come from every place.
Do you have a favorite hangout spot in Fairfield County?
Well, every Monday night I take the guys out that work on the show. It's, the security guys, the camera guys. We all go, it's guys' night out, and we go to the Capitol Grill. We have a nice steak dinner, and then we go over to the cigar bar right down the street. And, we have a cigar there and watch a ball game. And so that's really, see, when I come into town, I'm only here Sunday nights and Monday nights, because Tuesday after the show I fly out.
You said you don't know what the topics are before you go out. What's the craziest topic?
Well, the guy who married his horse, that was up there. But we try to run that show always around the Kentucky Derby, because we get horse lovers to watch our show.
Yeah.
That was about as crazy as it got. But we did a follow-up show because the horse left him, as it turned out, in later years. So.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
Yeah.
What would you say is your favorite thing about doing the show?
The live audience.
Okay.
That's what I really enjoy. I would have difficulty doing the show if we didn't have a live audience. I just feed off it. I enjoy that more than scripted entertainment. And I also like the fact that none of the people on our show are famous. I mean, I like talking to regular people, you know, celebrities it's fun to meet, but, you know, they're all there, it's a generalization, but most of them are there, you know, plugging something. It's not, but you get a regular person talking about their life, you know, there is an intimacy there and a, you know, a fire in there. This is their moment, and for once in their life, they get listened to. They get to talk about something that's important in their life, and they're not used to ever having that kind of attention. And it's great to see that, to see them come alive, and you realize after, well, I've realized doing the show for 24 years, we're all alike.
How would you say the show has changed or evolved over the years?
There was only one change that ever occurred in the show, and since then it's the same formula. The show started out as a normal talk show, boring, and I just thought it was a better business model. Instead of trying to be 1 out of 20 shows going after Oprah, why don't we just become 1 out of 2 going after Ricky's audience? Let's go after young people. We'll split the audience with her, and that'll be a much larger audience, being 1 out of 2 than being 1 out of 20. So we decided literally from the next day, from now on, we'll only have young people in the audience, young people on stage, young subject matter. And young people are much more open in their lives, much wilder, crazier, etc. And then the show started to go crazy once in a while, not every day, just once in a while. When Universal bought us about a year later or 2 years later, they said from now on you can only do crazy.
How much longer do you think you'll do the show?
Well, I've let NBC Universal know that I will be stopping when I'm 104, because you know, I want to be able to enjoy my retirement day. No, I don't have any plans to, you know, I've signed on for at least another 4 years. I'm going to 2018. And if I stay healthy, I'll continue doing it. You know, it's fun. I can't think of a reason to stop, really.
Will you be in Stamford the remainder of the show?
Oh,
like
yeah, we have, no, we're here. This is it.
Okay.
I mean, we love it here.
So you heard it from Jerry himself. The Jerry Springer Show will continue to be a fixture in Stamford for at least the next 4 years. Reporting in Stamford, I'm Samantha Mckelvie for It's Relevant News.